It's hard to narrow down what fragrances you want to buy when you consume a lot of content. You'll see a shit ton of fragrances trending, sometimes at the same time. Is it chance? Is it planned? Or a combination of both? It's very likely a combination of both, but who cares? Today we're going to talk about those trending fragrances and whether or not they're worth it. Let's go. What's going on, guys? My name's Neeb. Welcome back to AROMATIX. If you're not already subscribed, what are you doing? Hit that button. And I love you. Let's go ahead and get started with today's video. So I just want to focus on a couple of fragrances that are really trending. And this whole trending shit is kind of tricky, right? Why is it trending? Is there something planned? There was some weird shit that happened not long ago. And people were saying, oh, it's planned so that they can make a do. I don't even know. And I don't care. But what I do know is fragrances that are trending. And yeah, sure, maybe some of them are trending because I reviewed them. Oh yeah, look, he's acting like he do. You already know what off, okay? Here we go. Let's start off with Zarian. Look, this shit right here, I love it. It's actually really good. If it isn't trending, it's probably because it released at the wrong time. This released in the summertime. What were you thinking? They were eager to release their Middle Eastern fragrance, maybe. They wanted performance, maybe. They wanted to really, they've had enough. I'm not gonna lie, man. I've been really putting the hammer down on the Creed fragrances. I'm just being honest, man. And I'm also being honest when I tell you guys, this is the best fragrance they've dropped ever. Performance, fragrance, longevity is immaculate. And it also does smell like Royal Tobacco because it's the same perfumer, but more wearable. Bro, I have Royal Tobacco. It smells incredible. Like, look, when I say incredible, for those of you who are like, click, put in cart, be careful because it's very spicy. It's very oudi. It's very oriental. It's very Arab, basically. And if you're not into Arab fragrances, just stop and wait for the next fragrance because that's going to appeal to you a lot more. But if you are, wow. Wow, this is like a haram fragrance that's done by the French. Good job. Good job to Creed. There's this licorice style of spice, a lot of resins, benzoin, and an Assam Indian oud. They say it's been aged for like, I don't know, what was it, 10 years or something like that? But then I was looking at some of their marketing and I think it was like a tactic or some bullshit that the tree itself is aged 10 years, not the oil you extract. And there's absolutely a difference. The oil, when you take it out and you extract or you hold the oil, you allow it to age, that's when it becomes valuable. But if you just let the tree age for 10 years, I mean, it takes at least, what is it, like 8 years? Let me know in the comments for the tree to even mature, to be able to, you get it? I hope that's not the case. I'm not saying that is the case. What I am saying, though, is that this is an excellent fragrance. Moving on. Another one that's been trending heavily. It's funny now, after, what was it, 4 years since I've been talking about Imperial Valley, it's trending. Well, because a lot of people are getting into the fragrance space, and who knows what purpose it is, who cares? There's a lot of righteous and wrong purposes that people do things in life, but usually it's short-lived, right? How can you fake something for so long? But some of those people are focusing on this fragrance right here, which you guys already know about. It's called Imperial Valley. If you don't, I highly recommend you subscribe because the Middle Eastern fragrance is my specialty. It has been for 4 years. But I will give them the credit where it's due. This smells like a damn good fragrance. It's got an aromatic freshness to it, which allows you to wear a oudi style of scent all year round. It's a signature scent of the Middle East. They call it the sauvage of the Middle East. It has what smells like, to me, this melon accord over the entire fragrance, which Louis Vuitton is known for using a lot in their fragrances. It's called cologne, which just adds this like juicy and watery melon vibe over the entire fragrance. But the fragrance itself has this woody backbone DNA that's also enhanced by some crisp rosemary that cools things off. It's not as minty as something like mint. And as it dries down, it has like this leathery style of woods. I wouldn't even call it oud, to be honest with you. It definitely smells Middle Eastern, but the grouping of oud is usually animalistic for most people, so it doesn't smell like that. It smells like a fresh Middle Eastern fragrance you can wear every single day. And they do that in the Middle East. However, this stuff is not as long lasting as you may think. It's because you're spraying on a crap ton, and that's why they give you this jumbo atomizer. You guys, look at the atomizer, okay? Let me show you a standard atomizer, shall we? Look at that, okay? So if you're spraying on 3 times, you're actually spraying like 8 times or 7 times. There's parts per million. They're basically measured in ppm or yeah, you get the idea. And this atomizer is designed to shower you, basically, okay? This may be like 100, this will probably be like 250. And so the molecule, the amounts is like 3 fucking times more. But also the other thing is that you're gonna go through this much faster. It's still a damn good fragrance. I do think that this is worth the checkout, if not the pickup. If you wanted something a little bit cheaper and easier to find and even richer in scent profile, this one, because of its richness, does make it a little harder to wear. I would personally recommend going with Rosasi's Hawes Fire. This stuff does what that does, but even better. Even better. It amps it up with the richness of that leather and also the ambria core. It does take away some of the freshness, but it's like unapologetic version of this. But even from Gissah perfumes, you guys, they've twisted nonstop, and they always have. This is like a twist of Penhaligon's Halfeti Cedar. Go sniff it. Or Penhaligon's Halfeti Leather. Smell them. This is the Middle Eastern version of that, okay? Moving on. Next one is called Mind Games Queening. I feel like I'm just going in on these fragrances. But the thing is that I really focus on prices and I focus on what you're getting. And what you're getting is defined to me personally by performance, by, you know, something that's truly a new experience. And who's gonna tell you better than somebody with 5,000 fragrances and somebody who makes these fragrances with the same perfumers that are doing this stuff and able to sell it for less than fucking $100. That's what kills me with some of these. But I will give credit where it's due, right? Like, this is a $600 fragrance. I still gave it credit, you guys. It is what it is. Moving on. This is called Queening by Mind Games. Now, this is a great, I would call this like a dual dimensional fragrance, I guess. It's got 2 dimensions to it. It's got a rooty, vanilla, and earth. Okay, 3 dimensions, right? But when you're talking about a breakdown that should have top, mid, and base, that's the 3 dimensions, right? And each dimension should have layers. This one doesn't. And for that, it drops in price or value, in my opinion. While it is a great rooty, earthy, and even slightly buttery vanilla fragrance, it's still only that. That's it. There's not much of a freshness to it. I don't really get multi-dimensional fragrance. It just smells like I'm wearing like some powder that's vanilla. Okay, so for the price, I don't think it's worth it. But the fragrance is great. If it was like 120 bucks. It kind of smells like a Joe Malone fragrance. Is that Joe Malone? Myrrh Tonka? And then there's like sea salt and amber or whatever the hell it is. Those types of fragrances. That's kind of where these are starting to take me. At least some of them. Like, see, Mind Games, Queening, Orris Vanilla. Similar theme there. You guys see what's going on, right? Like Joe Malone, Myrrh Tonka. That's really the only one I know. What is there? Like Fig and Kumquat. You get the point. For the price, I don't think so, man. At a discount, yes. They have a lot of other great fragrances. By the way, one that didn't really trend that's just really good, but it's so different is Gardez. It has a note of popcorn, which is probably bullshit. It's an accord anyways. So popcorn, leather, iris, orris. If you really want a masculine orris and iris fragrance, get that one. It's got the iris, it's got the leather, it's got the popcorn, it's got caramel. I love that one. And to be honest with you guys, I've been gatekeeping the shit out of that one. Just performance is ass. And the S's have dollar signs because that's how much it costs. So that's how much you're paying for ass. Performance. Fragrance, that is one of the rarest cases where I still bought it, knowing that the performance was dookie. Black leather, iris, popcorn, and caramel. I love caramel popcorn. To be honest with you guys, that's it. I don't really think there's that many trending fragrances at this point in time. It could be because we're transitioning from season to season. So it's in like that awkward phase. You know how whenever you're growing your hair and you're just like, what the fuck do I even do with this right now? And you just end up wearing hats. I promise that this is not attached to my head. I just wear hats because who the hell wants to fix their hair to come upstairs to just, you know, record? So I just put my hat on and keep it moving. But thank God for all of us that nothing's really trending like that. I mean, I guess you could say that my fragrances are trending. There's for wishful thinking. No, but it's actually, they really are trending for a very good reason. But that's it for now. What fragrances am I missing, you guys? There's gotta be more shit that's trending. Let me know in the comments section. Until then, love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Subscribe.